Another co-teaching strategy is called station teaching. This is a strategy that is used throughout classrooms and has been for years. It's just been defined as one of the strategies that work really well when you have a teacher candidate in your classroom. It's defined as the co-teaching pair divide the instructional content into parts. Each teacher instructs one of the groups. The groups then rotate or spend a designated amount of time at each station. Often an independent station will be used along with the teacher-led stations. Some of the advantages of this approach are that each teacher has a clear teaching responsibility. Students have the benefit of working in small groups. Teachers can cover more material in a shorter period of time. It seems to be that there's fewer discipline problems that occur because students are engaged in active hands-on learning, and it's possible to separate students who need to work away from each other. Some of the disadvantages are to work effectively, this approach requires a lot of pre-planning. All the materials must be prepared and organized in advance. The noise level will be at a maximum. All stations must be paced so teaching ends at the same time, and one or more groups must work independently of the teacher. Station teaching seems to be more effective if teachers move stations rather than students. It reduces some transition time and enables students to refocus their attention more quickly and consistently. A third or fourth station could be available for students to complete independent work. This may include practicing previously learned skills or completing enrichment activities that expand previous learning. Some of the pros are the low teacher-pupil ratio. Both teachers work with all students, and each teacher has a clear responsibility. Some of the cons: increased noise level. All students must move at the same time and may need to practice changing groups, and it's most effective with ample planning. Station teaching requires more than one teacher to ensure students are effective and engaged. They need to take on a coordinator role and make sure that each station has plans. Have a plan B for each rotation. Have proof that all stations were used and were planned. When you debrief, reflect on the effectiveness of each station. Science projects taught in smaller groups work really well as long as reading and language instruction. You can have a station for catching up with work. You can determine if each student hits every station. And how is the teaching the same for station teaching and whole group teaching? Well, you could use a record keeper and a timer. There's more immediate feedback to students. And then you could also consider having student-run stations. It's a very active, hands-on way of learning for both the teachers, the teacher candidates, and the students.